Most of my videos are 2 to 6 minutes long, and to get them that short, I have to like read a lot. Then I condense and squeeze an entire story or a person's entire life into those few minutes. So sometimes, yes, I have to leave some parts out, and sometimes I get things wrong. I do all my own research from multiple sources online, but let's be honest, some of those sources, they're not the most accurate either. So there will be a few mistakes that slip through. But I love how respectful and helpful you guys are when you point out these mistakes to me in the comments. So thank you. Today's video is just a quick one to correct some things that I've gotten wrong and stand by a few others that I've double checked. I've gone back and checked my research and I stand by them. Because I want you to trust me. I want us to trust each other. So let's go. We're going to start with the Anini video. So some people say Anini was a mechanic, not a driver. But the truth is, all official records say that he was a driver. He worked as a taxi driver in Benin City before becoming a gang leader. He was said to hang around a lot of mechanics because they had access to cars, so he could borrow cars and practice and all that. And yes, he was the leader of the gang. Monday Osumbo was his second in command. In the Stephanie Terungwa case, in my video, I said that Jennifer was Stephanie's best friend. That was wrong. Court records say that they were not close at all, but hear me out, hear me out. Stephanie went to Jennifer's house to collect her phone, so that means the phone had been left there during a previous visit. Now ask yourself, if they had like no relationship at all, like they were not close, why didn't Jennifer just ask her ex, that's Stephanie's partner, to come and pick it up? Why was she the one calling Stephanie? They had each other's numbers. Stephanie trusted her enough to go there with her child. So no, while they were not best friends, I got that wrong. There must have been some sort of cordial relationship, some sort of basic friendship. That's the part that I did not explain properly, so I apologize for that. For the Ghana case, I kept getting the pronunciation wrong. Apparently, it's not Ghana, it's Ghana, like the country. I had no idea, so if you kept cringing every time I called his name, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. For the Evans case, a lot of you were asking, okay, Evans kidnapped people, but did he kill anybody? So here's what I found. Evans was convicted of kidnapping, not murder. There are stories that people died during some of his operations, but legally, he hasn't been convicted of murder. He's serving a life sentence right now and his sentence is for kidnapping, and that's the official record right now. For the Otokoto case, Vincent Duru Otokoto himself, I said that he was hanged. And yes, that's true. He was convicted of the killing, being involved in the killing of the 11-year-old boy, and he was executed by hanging in 2016. So yes, that part also stands. In the Osisi Kanku case, so first of all, I called him Lord of the Forest. Let me explain. So his name doesn't directly translate to that, but many people called him that. It was like a nickname because he was always hiding out in the forest. He was terrorizing people in Aba. When people were kidnapped, they were taken back to the forest. It's as if he knew his way around the forest and everything. It became a part of his legend. So he was like Lord of the Forest. I also said he kidnapped a bus full of school kids. Now, it shows up in multiple local sources, and it is widely believed that that was the reason. That was what pushed Abia State Governor to finally call in the army. Now, major news outlets, the national ones, they didn't carry it as heavily as the local ones. I chose to believe the local news sources because they were on the ground in Abia. So yeah, for the Dr. Ishola Oyenusi one, there was a story that I kept seeing in the comments. They said that Oyenusi bit off his mother's ear before he was executed. Now listen, I didn't include that in my video because I couldn't find any verified source to back it up. It's not in any official documents, it's not in any records, it's not no police statements, no reliable archives. It feels more like one of those myths that grew over time, probably because of how feared and dramatic Oyenusi was. So could it have happened? Maybe, but I couldn't confirm it, so I just didn't add it. In the Beth Martins case, I saw some people saying that Beth's family were just upset about normal autopsy procedures. But that's not the full story. Multiple international reports confirmed that when Beth's body was returned to the UK, her heart was actually missing. Her family did not consent to any organ removal, and Turkish authorities, they're still investigating it right now. So yes, that case is real and very serious. One of the questions I always get is, did they really have juju? And honestly, I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't tell you, what is spiritual and what is not. I can only tell you the stories based on what I researched, what people said, what they believed, what was recorded. So if somebody claimed that they had powers, I'll include it. But whether it's true, that's not something I can confirm personally. For the Eddie Nogu case, some of you have been asking, why do I keep saying Eddie Nogu and not Edina Nogu. The thing is, both of them are correct. They are both in records. You can either call him Eddie Nogu or Edina Nogu. The name comes from his village because his hometown is called Nogu. So Eddie from Nogu. As for what was found in his house when it was searched, I can't confirm. There is no list. There is no confirmed list. They are just stories, nothing officially documented. So the legend is strong, but the receipts are missing. So for the Shina Rumble case, people have argued that he was arrested, that he didn't just disappear, like I said. So listen, I'm going to stand by saying he disappeared a little bit. Let me explain. Because when he came back, he was the one that said in interviews that he was arrested, spent about 11 years in prison, and that he was later granted presidential pardon under President Obasanjo. The thing is, for a lot of Nigerians, he really did disappear because there was no trial. We didn't see a trial. We didn't see sentencing in the news. Nothing. But according to him, he served time before becoming a pastor. So, for the Derico case, let me put both pictures up on the screen right now. Which of these two people is Derico? If you go to Google right now and you type in Derico, these two pictures will come up. So, to be honest, I have tried and I cannot tell you for sure. Let's solve this one together. Tell me which one is Derico in the comments. On the Alu4 case, there's been a lot of debate about whether the boys went with weapons or not, and the answer is yes. They went to confront somebody who was owing them money, and they brought an axe, a cutlass, a pen knife, and a toy gun. They said it was to scare him, not to harm him, but still, yes, they had those weapons on them. And the Greenlanders were not the vigilante group that were involved in this case. The source that I got that name from, oh my god, let's just say I can't find it anywhere else, so I'm sorry that I added it in the video. That's it for now. If you ever spot something that I missed, please keep dropping those comments. I'll keep researching. I'll always show up to make it right, because to me at least, these stories really matter. And I want to get them right, and I want you to trust me. So I'll see you in my next video tomorrow, which is going to be about Osama bin Laden. You don't want to miss it. Thank you.